What's up, guys? It's Justin here, aka M here 25 with, well, like I said, I was gonna do in my last video. I am doing an upload of like things I thought of the deck of the new Jurassic Dino deck. So far, overall, it was a really good deck. This deck has overall a great presence, in my opinion, as of right now. It's like honestly, no one was playing it as it was, so no one was really expecting what to do with it. But now that I at least had a day to really play around with it and like go against like actual people in a tournament and kind of like get a feel of the deck and what it can do. I found out that this deck is still explosive as hell. Like at any given point, you can pretty much just set up and just do a lot of things. A lot of things like honestly, like you can set up at least like a level 5 synchro with Ultimate Tyranno still on the field. You can open I you can open up at least Lithogasm, banish 3 from their extra deck, have Logi or Dolka on the field and with a protection card, and just sometimes just set up for like a good long turn. So anyway, like this deck isn't really trap heavy, and that's probably the one weakness I found out, and I probably would switch a lot of my traps to like battle traps to help protect myself. But the deck count and the monster count are really, really good in my opinion. So, with that being said, let's start off with these card discussions and the deck discussion. And I'll tell you what I thought of the individual cards that really were good and were infinitely better, or what I could do to improve the deck. So first off, Soul Eating Overraptor. I actually like the other name better, Soul Devouring. Like I don't know why they had to change it, but okay, whatever. This one is amazing. This is your Stratos, and this is your Stratos or your Foolish Burial on summon. Like the reason now for me, I didn't know if I should really optimize the fact of sending to graveyard, but you need to. This allows you to go into so many plays. Like when you think you even have a dead hand, this allow you this will allow you to set up at least a little bit, because in my opinion, like let's say you have a card in your deck, like a card you just want to like banishing this get set up. Like you can send your baby dragon, some miscellaneous saurus, you can send whatever you want, but most of the time is I would usually send this plus a miscellaneous saurus. So and then banish it to at least get a level 1, and hopefully and just like just try and do a bunch of other stuff, try to get like at least a searcher, because usually if you at least open up with super ultimate conductor Tyranno in your hand, you can summon this, pitch the miscellaneous source from your deck, banish it, special summon a yellow, synchro for 5, banish both those, get this. Now why would I do all that? Because usually this, like the level 5 and this alone is a good presence on on the board already. And then notice that you only use like what, 2 cards out of your hand. You still have 3 if you're going first, or 4 if you're going second. So and then you can even use this effect to put anything face down at any given point in the turn. So let's say you have your level 5, like most likely as of right now you're gonna go to Chambara, and this allows you to at least like your opponent is going to be like Regeki happens, but you have to at least put some intimidation on the board, and having this with at least a baby source in your hand allows you to at least have interruption plays. So that's definitely a good card in my opinion. Like you're one of the great starters of the deck, and like the one you always should want to open up with. Next up, Miscellaneous Source. This card was the MVP through testing and through actually playing. I found out through YGO Pro while I was playing it the other night was that you can't ditch this during battle. Like you can only ditch it during the main phase. It's only effective during the main phase. Like you can't ditch it during battle. You can't ditch it during main phase and hope battle phase you'll get through everything. No, that's not how it works. So you have to ditch this during main phase 1. Like it's always good to chain it on top of stuff and never do preemptive unless you are trying to push for a play, and even then that's not as optimal. But this card alone, either as a like a normal summon 18 beater or a hand shot, this is a great one. This is really good, and it's really good because it's only specific to dinosaurs. So that way this can't be splashed into anything else. It's only for dinos, and this is why they can make a hand trap so beefy, so big, and have such of utilization with being a fire and a level 4 is because it's so specific. But this card alone helped me set up plays later on. And if you even could ditch like another card with this and have Oviraptor on field, like dude, you can get a baby source and start stacking hard. Um, Now, of course, we can't talk about that without talking about the babies. And with the babies comes Lithogasm, the disaster. These cards have such synergy together, where like it's disgusting. Like with this, as of right now, like Lord knows we need a Dragonic Diagram, and Lord knows I need a Vanisher, because having these cards in your deck, this allows you to at least set up to at least do an overlay play or synchro play on the same turn. This is just a big beater, but also you get to banish from your opponent's extra deck. Usually when I do this one, I'm banishing cards to make their deck more useless. In other words, like, okay, if I see Norden, banishing Norden. If I see like a one of card, like ignition cards against Zodiacs, like MX Saber Invoker, taking that out. Taking out Totem Bird, taking out anything that could cause me problems later on. Like I don't care about Dryden, because Dryden can't do Dryden has to get through all the board, and that's usually it's at 0-0. You rarely is it ever at anything past 24 or 12. So these two cards really help, and these two alone, like I said, these alone allow you to set up for at least a Logia and Doka in that same turn where you just plus so much. So you can also and also if you haven't used Oviraptor's effect first, you now get to set up even more. You get to set up and add like another dinosaur card to your hand, whether it be Ultimate Tyranno, which it would be amazing at this point, or even just another miscellaneous source to help you set up. And that just took me some time to learn how to use that card efficiently. And then Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This is an amazing card, especially when you learn how to use it. The reason I learned that this card's amazing is because like you can do this during any point where you can interrupt your opponent's plays. Seriously, it's amazing, especially during battle phase, especially during like wombo combos, or if a card has to be face up on the field to resolve. You just say you contribute, and you contribute you contribute a dinosaur. You contribute this, another dinosaur on the field, or one in your hand. So that plus a baby of a Petit Pterodon or a baby source gives you advantage already. And usually on my opponent's turn, I do Petit Pterodon. During my turn, baby source, because that way this one can't attack, but allows me to set up. This one can attack. So it's just all about like using what you can on your turn, just making it work for you. And also the fact that this card could potentially burn for 5,000 in one turn just by itself is amazing. You don't know how. Attacks every defense position monster your opponent controls. You don't even like send it to the graveyard. You don't even destroy it. You send it to the graveyard. It's like, bam, burn for 1,000, send. Bam, burn for 1,000, send. Bam, 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 and it's just disgusting. You can get your opponent to like you can either make game or make your opponent go down in life points fast. So next card is definitely Lost World. Lost World alone won me games against Paleozoics, because when you activate this card and summon a Dino, they have no response, because they have to MST this card, or they have to get ready to have to target tokens on their field. Because as soon as you summon a dinosaur, they get a token, and the tokens can't. And like if you can't target any other monster on the field except that token. So that really helps out a lot, because like oh, I'm gonna bounce your card, like you have to bounce a token. Shame. And then that's just great, because like if multiple, like one token, that's fine. Multiple tokens, oh my god. Lord knows if they have Lord knows if they have a pop effect. I can just negate the destruction of that card and just gain more advantage off of it. So really love this card. It was really good. Definitely another card I thought I would like to bump up definitely is Terraforming in my deck profile. I only ran one. Running two would be great right now, because I personally wanted to see the Lost World more, because not only did it allow me to gain advantage, it also help keep my opponent at bay, because anything that would normally kill my monsters definitely like drop by 500 attack and defense, so I could kill anything and nothing could kill me. So that was really useful. And then the next card I wanted to talk about in my overall review was Survival's End. Oh my god. This with tokens of any sort, or this against Paleozoics, is amazing. Because I was reading the Paleozoic card and I was like, man, I wonder how I'm going to beat this deck. And then I read it like, these cards are just normal monsters. Survival's End answers that. And so pretty much duel 2 I decided the other one in so I could see it more, cuz like once you scare like their biggest plays are being able to get all their freaking what you call it, it's their Paleozoic monsters out to overlay or just beat down. This handles that because it doesn't target. It's just like a mass board wipe. And then you special summon dinosaurs on top of that. Not to mention that in the same turn, you can change this card, pop one of your monsters that you summoned or that you just summoned or another summoned monster and destroy something else on the field. It doesn't say a monster or spell or trap, it says any card. It's oh my god. And target one card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. So good. So honestly, this card is infinite pluses. It's just it's not as good until you get normal monsters. And honestly, like if I was running Megalo Smash, I'd feel a bit better, but this is still a pretty good card. So, three cards I definitely wanted to add into the deck, like I said, because things definitely changed like in that day, and I'm really glad they did. So first off, I would love to add Dogoron. Dogoron would be my searchable out in this deck because I can search it out with Oviraptor, and it's just so good. It's just you can even special summon this out with Petite Pterodon. It's be like 3,000 meter. What you gonna do? Um, and also it's just a good searchable out for like unbreakable boards or like oh man yeah you can't kill this card like and kaiju, and then I can kill it because my all my other monsters are pretty strong. So this card's really good overall. I'm glad I have this. I'm glad I got two of them. So now I can like I'm debating if I want to do two or one, but I feel like one is good enough. And of course, second terraforming. Terraforming is definitely needed. Um, Finally, we have one high speed Roy Chanbara. Now this card is going to be like the main setup card until we get something I don't know. Like this is really good, especially with the tokens. You just do double attacks and like go for game. But at the same time, like with the tokens on field, this allows you to set up too. And it's like you're the only decent level 5 synchro right now for this deck because like I was thinking of like actually using Cataster, but double piercing is so much better than auto destruction. So that's pretty much it. I was gonna do a combo video, but this video is really long because I was just rambling. But thanks for watching, guys. Tell me what you think of the deck. What would you want to change in this deck if you could? What would you want to improve on it? Just let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is M here 25 signing out. Peace.